I wanted to talk a little bit about what I'm seeing this spring and summer, which is that Pinterest seems to be part of, or at least inspiring, every graduation I go to, wedding. I've gone to a couple weddings, I've gone to like a couple graduation parties, and in both cases, all four cases, the people who organized it, or the bride, or the person who was graduating, they all said that they had used Pinterest to come up with different elements of their events.
As a future bride. Oh, what do you say? As an engaged
As a
person,
potential, it might happen,
people
it might
are
not.
always asking me about my pin board. I mean,
Right.
first they ask when's the date, and then they say, "Oh, what's your pin board look like?" And that's the question now. What is that pin board like? I guess it's like a preview of the wedding, perhaps. And I haven't really been using Pinterest to plan my wedding, but I have friends who are engaged who are, and I definitely when I'm out with friends, I see people reference Pinterest all the time, especially when somebody cooks something and it comes from Pinterest. Usually, if it's really unhealthy, it might be a Pinterest recipe.
Yeah,
Tell me about some examples at the events you've been to.
well, I went to my cousin's wedding, and his now wife specifically had a lot of different photo shoots that she wanted based on things she'd saw on Pinterest. She had a wedding photo board, which had like 50 different poses that she thought was interesting, and she actually took that and showed that to the wedding photographer. And so the wedding that day was at 5 o'clock, and she had everybody in the wedding party. I was an usher. Had everybody show up at noon. So we were there 5 hours early, and we actually didn't shoot photos for that long. But she, like many brides, just wanted us all there and ready if necessary. But there was definitely a lot of photos taken that were Pinterest inspired that she had seen. One of them was kind of my cousin and her kissing in an arc, and then in the
Mm-hmm.
background the whole wedding party was in tightly together, so it kind of created a cool shot. And it actually turned out really well, and I told her, all that time we spent was worth it because the shots did turn out well. But some people are saying that it's kind of stressful, and there was an article on thefrisky.com, which the title seemed a little link bait. Like, to me, Pinterest ruined my wedding planning. The
Mm-hmm.
actual article didn't seem to indicate it ruined it, but she did say that she wanted to, because she wanted a certain look, and so she tried to time the sun setting to get kind of that. She didn't say it, but I think of the apocalypse now. Francis Ford Coppola. He would only shoot at like the hour when the
The
sun
golden
was the
hour.
golden hour. He would only shoot then, so the budget went totally over. And apparently, the same thing is happening with her wedding, because she only wanted to shoot at 5 o'clock, so she tried to coordinate everything, and it just created a lot of stress. I don't know. Maybe I feel like it's raising the bar, and people are doing more things that are creative and cute, and oh, isn't that cool? I don't know that they didn't do some of these things before. They just might not have as much inspiration. I don't know. I'm still trying to figure out if it's that causes that much stress or not.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel like Pinterest has definitely made me more stressed about my wedding. Like, do I really need a monogrammed drink straws for every person's cocktail? Are people going to be expecting more gimmicks from my wedding because they've seen it on Pinterest?
Right.
Are things that I thought were optional now mandatory? Like, I don't know, a picture of my fiance and I holding a sign that says "Save the date" in charming cursive, maybe hand scribbled cursive.
And now you need to get like a huge frame and have
Mm-hmm. That we
yourself taking
hold
it, because then you can
while
hold,
kissing.
yeah, then you can hold a picture with a frame with that picture in it for your first anniversary, and that can go on for like forever, like for infinity. I mean, I keep seeing things like that. Like, if you're planning for all of those, like if you see every picture and you want to be able, especially the future ones, and you want to future proof it, I could see how that could be stressful.
It seems like the only way to be creative now is to not be creative. Somebody's done such a witty thing for every part of the event.
Yeah, one of my cousins, their save the date was, this is his brother. My other cousin is getting married in September. His save the date was like them sitting in a pickup truck. They're from rural Kansas, and on their boots, which were aimed at the camera, had the dates on it, which you've probably seen that on Pinterest many
I've
times.
seen that on Pinterest.
Yep, that's what they did. So I'm telling you, every event I go to, it's definitely it figures in, and hopefully it doesn't make people too stressed. But it is interesting to kind of monitor it. And I think this year might be the first year that with the summer weddings and the graduations that it actually is more widespread because Pinterest popularity, peaked in the last, not peaked, but it has continued to grow in the last year.
Yeah, it's the first time we're really seeing the Pinterest effect in person.
Right.